Hello, Class 5-3. Mr. Waterman here with today's Period 4 Language Arts class on Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. I hope you all are doing safe and well and have had a nice day studying. Today we're going to review the answers on pages 222, 223, and 224 of our The Art Lesson Workbook. Actually, just pages 223 and 224. Okay? After that, we will go into the last few pages of our workbook activities for the art lesson because it's a new month and that means we are going to start a new story. Depending on how far we get, the next story, which we will start on Wednesday, will probably be the last story we cover together in this school year. Okay, maybe it will be, maybe it won't. We will see. Okay, so in Friday's class, we talked about irregular verbs in this activity. So we learned many verbs add ed to the end to show past tense. For example, cook becomes cooked, cooked. We learned that verbs that do not add ed to show past action do not follow a pattern or rule for their spelling changes. That's why they are called irregular verbs. So this is a review for many of you. We had to write the word that completes each sentence. We did numbers 1 and 2 together. Now, let's look at the answers for numbers 3 through 6. Number 3. Today, they cannot go to their lesson. It's go because we are talking about today. That's present tense. Number 4, last week they drew pictures of flowers. Drew, D-R-E-W. So the present tense, it's draw, but the past tense, it's an irregular verb, so it's drew. We changed the A to an E. Number 5, last month they made, M-A-D-E, clay animals. And again, the present tense is make, but the past tense is going to be irregular, so it changes to made, M-A-D-E. Number 6, Allison and Josie get to try something new today, G-E-T. Since we are talking about today, this is in the present tense. Once you have checked your answers, please turn the page to number 224. We had to complete the sentence. This was a paragraph that explains. We had to read the sentences and the sentence parts. Then we had to rewrite the parts so that they are complete sentences. The title was How Maria Makes a Clay Animal. First, Maria gets a lump of clay. 2, shapes the clay into a ball. We had to add a subject, so we said, then she shapes the clay into a ball. Let's continue. Next, she makes the animal's body. Then the head and legs. There's no subject again. So we need to say, then she makes the head and legs. Okay? For number 5, uses little pieces of clay for ears and a tail. Let's use her name this time. Let's say Maria uses little pieces of clay for ears and a tail. Finally, the clay animal. The clay animal is what? Finally, the clay animal is finished. Okay? And I'm going to add one more sentence. I'm going to say, Maria is very happy. There we go. And that is how we complete the sentences. And now you can write a nice paragraph because you have all of your subjects and all of your predicates in the sentence. When you have checked your sentences, please turn to page 225 to continue with irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. When Olivia visited her grandmother, she wrote this postcard. She made some mistakes. Find and circle 4 verbs that should be written to show the past. Write them correctly. Please read along with me as I read the postcard. Dear Benji, Grandma and I go to New York City last week. We run to catch the bus to the art museum. I see some really big paintings at the museum. An artist was there. He gave me a box of crayons and told me I could be an artist someday too. Now I draw all the time. When I come home, we can draw pictures together. Your best friend, Olivia. I saw all 4 mistakes, did you? Well, let's find the first one together. Dear Benji, Grandma and I go to New York City last week. Last week tells us it's in the past tense. It cannot be go. It should be went. W-E-N-T. So it should say, Grandma and I went to New York City last week. Please find the other 3 mistakes on your own. When you are finished, please turn to page 226. Oops. 230. Okay. For this activity, this is frequently misspelled words, proofreading, and writing. This is going to be the last page we complete for the art lesson. Proofreading. Find and circle misspelled spelling words below. Then write each word correctly. Let's go through the spelling words first. Number 1, tried. 2, never. 3, going. 4, outside. 5, coming. 6, new. 7, very. 8, school. 9, other. 10, started. 11, something. 12, people. Now, let's read the story together. Grade 2 Talent Show. Do you know how to make a program for a talent show? First, ask children in your class to tell what they will be doing. Next, make a list. Write down the person's name and his or her talent. Then, get some paper and red and black markers. Copy the list onto the paper. Finally, get some other markers and draw pictures on the paper. Ask the teacher to make copies of the program for everyone. On the afternoon of the performance, give the program to the people standing outside the classroom. We hope all the parents are coming. We have tried our best to put on a great show. Did you find any mistakes? I did. The first mistake I found was in this sentence. Finally, get some other markers and draw pictures on the paper. So, how do we spell other? I'm going to circle that mistake. Should be O-T-H-E-R. Other. Now, what you need to do is you need to find the other 4 mistakes, circle them, and write them correctly on the lines below. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email Mr. Waterman at any time. Take care, stay safe and well, and I will see you in language arts class tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.